What up? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Fishy Hour. Guys, I'm multi-streaming right now. I'm streaming on Roman Castro vlog and on this very channel, which is the new home of Fishy Hour. I mean, new to people that forgot and got left behind. So I realized I was talking to some people earlier today and actually last week, and I left a lot of people behind when we transitioned over to this new channel. It's been a long time, but somebody mentioned it in passing, like, hey, you still do that show? I was like, yeah, dude, been doing it since, and I haven't stopped. They're like, well, I couldn't find it. So what we're doing now is we're multi-streaming. So stay on this channel. This is gonna be the main one, and I'm gonna every once in a while remind everybody that's watching on my old channel to come over to Fishy Hour with Roman on YouTube. That's where the live stream is happening, and it's gonna be a better quality, and get the sound effects and all that good stuff. Okay, so come on over, guys. That said, I need to turn up this light. Boom. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. Yay. This is so confusing. There we go. Got it. All right. Everything is good. We got it. All right. Shout outs. Welcome everybody to the show. Oscar, HTX Polestar in the house. MMFC Texas chapter. SoCal Steve, what's up? Let's go. Eric, what up, Eric? Bit. Guys, if you see somebody type in bit in all caps, that means that they've liked the stream. Please do me a favor and like the stream. If you're watching from a phone or a tablet, you can back out of the chat, hit like, and then come back in the chat and say what's up to your friends, okay? Sound in the city. What up? Welcome back, dude. Hello, everybody. Look at that. You got So Bit right there and a squid. Nice, nice. Hoping for some sun tomorrow. Yeah, the rain was good. It's always welcomed, right? In California, you always want some rain, right? Because we're always in a drought. Are we still in a drought? I don't know. That's a good question. Let's see. How do you highlight a name? Interesting. Oh, you just do at. You would have to do sound. Oh, it's hard to highlight Sound of the City because he's got spaces in his name. I'm not sure how to do those, but normally you do at, and then start spelling out their name, and the software should populate it for you. Salty says, bit. What up, Salty? By the way, Salty and I got a dub yesterday on Warzone's duos. Woo! Way to go, Salty. That was for you. I still feel like my camera's a little too low, so I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Give me a second. Brightness. There we go. All right. Done. All right, cool. We have Max in the house. What up, Max? What up, Muto? Roy, what's up, Bit? Yeah, Nightbot, guys, is our bot that does commands for us, to helps us run the stream a little bit smoother. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can ask it, and sometimes with certain keywords like MMFC, he'll respond with you. When did you put at symbols and you? Oh, yeah, there you go. Cool. TB Metal Art, what up, Todd? TB Metal Art in the house, guys. Awesome artwork, like this beautiful yellowtail up here. Friend of the show, supporter of Spotty Bowl. If you're new and you haven't heard, or you've been away from the stream, Spotty Bowl is a tournament we're doing, a tournament series thanks to Eric, who's running most of the behind the scenes action and doing all the judging. I'm just a face. It's an awesome series where you fish for 2 half seasons, and there's 4 qualifiers for each half season, and then we do playoffs in August. Heads up, 1v1 each weekend until we figure out who the spotted bay bass champion of the world is. Okay, Spotty Bowl, the Super Bowl of spotted bay bass fishing. So if you're not in it, there's still time to get in it. We still have a couple of sessions left in the first half season, and you can definitely try to get for those last 4 slots in the next half season. So if you pay now when you jump into it, you'll get automatic entry into the next half season. Okay, so it's a pretty good deal for the amount of fishing you get to do, and I think at this point, Eric, do you have a head count on how many people are currently signed up? I thought it was like 30 something. I might be going crazy. I thought it was 36 or 37. It's a lot of people, and it's real. It's a mixed. There's no categories. It's everybody. Shore, boat, kayak, float tube, stand-up paddleboard, rubber ducky, whatever you want to float in or not float in. But you got to catch it with a hook and line. Anyway, that's what's up. That's what you've been missing out on if you're watching. If you're watching right now, if you're watching on Roman Castro channel, on the YouTube channel, welcome. I know it's been a while since I put out content. This is probably why. That and Warzone. I've been playing Warzone a lot, and I've also been doing this show constantly since April 1st. We officially named the show Fishy Hour, and since then, the show kind of grew up a little bit. Got a little bit overwhelmed my regular fishing channel, so we moved it to its own channel called Fishy Hour with Roman. And that's where we're actually broadcasting now. That's where we broadcast every Monday with fishing reports and just kind of me talking about fishing and answering your questions and the community answering your questions. And then from there, on Tuesdays, I stream from the kayak, or I'll stream here from the office on Twitch. That's another platform, but you don't have to worry about that one for now. Just focus on Fishy Hour. And then on Wednesdays on this same channel. Sorry, if you're watching on Roman Castro Vlog, on the Fishy Hour channel, we have bay fishing with Roman and Brian. That's Wednesdays. We focus specifically on bay fishing. And that show, Brian usually does a lot of homework ahead of time and puts up good content. It's usually like he'll teach us something, or we'll go over a specific thing about bay fishing. So it's a really fun show to come watch. So come hang out. And usually that's when we'll do results for the current Spotty Bowl, the last Spotty Bowl session that we've had. Okay, so that's all the stuff kind of been missing out on, dude. That's a lot of stuff. Yeah, if you transitioned over, what up? Sorry, I'm missing all these chats. If you transitioned over from, I wish I could see the chats. There they are. I see Andrew, Mark, Brian, Leonard in the house. What up? All right, if you're watching right now on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, on Roman Castro YouTube channel, what's up, Moss? Welcome back. Go over to Fishy Hour with Roman. You could type in fishyhour.com/live. It'll take you right to the show. All right, good. Now we're gonna do regular stuff that we do in the normal show. I'm gonna leave this running here in the background, and if you have any questions, throw it in the chat. As always. But for the best experience for the show, go watch it on Fishy Hour with Roman on YouTube, okay? Go over there. We're live right now. Go over there and watch it. Once you come in there, say, I came over. I found you guys. I was lost, but now I'm found. I see, oh, Brian, I found it. There you are. Woo, nice, dude. There you go. All right, guys, if you see people come in with found it, or I'm here, or there you guys are, please welcome them. And let's start the actual show now, right? Okay. Pop Top is the first segment of the show. As always, it's a way to start the show. If you have a drink, get ready. Today I'm drinking Zevia Cherry Cola. And hashtag not sponsored. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best Pop Top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this Pop Top. Wow. That was a good one. Salty said that was from yesterday, but thanks. Make sure to make sure to sub to the Fishy Hour show so you can find it again. I mean, you know what? I need to switch this counter in the background. What up, Coach? Hey, Coach, you reporting in for duty today? Let's see. Need to change this to YouTube. There we go. All right. There we go. There you guys are. 338 subscribers on Fishy Hour with Roman channel. If you're coming in, guys, if you're coming over from the Roman Castro vlog, go check out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the shows coming up. We do this show every Monday, and we do bay fishing with Roman and Brian on Wednesdays. Okay, so hang out, relax, and have a drink. Cheers. Ooh, Andrew, what up? I got a 9.27. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Coach. Coach. If you're watching on Roman Castro vlog, come over to Fishy Hour. Come over and post in Fishy Hour. This is just what's it called? Not a siphon. A funnel. A funnel to bring you guys over. Come over to Fishy Hour with Roman. That's hilarious. There we go. Ooh, okay, so 9.27, 8, 9.26, 9.9. Ooh, Zach, what up? Hey, Zach, welcome back. Real Dreamer. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Nice pop. Yeah, that was a good one. That was one of my best ones, I think. Oh, you saw the notification and clicked. Got it. I see Todd's in here. Very cool. Curtis! Curtis! See what I mean? Yes! I found out. I fell out of the loop. I just found you. Dude, I was thinking about you like yesterday. Yesterday, we went out on a hike with the family, and we saw a VW bus, but it was smaller than a regular VW bus. It was like extra short, and I remember you worked on VW, so I was like, oh man, I need to see what's going on with with Curtis. It's been a long time. Very cool. Richie Rich in the house. What up? TV Metal Art. Love that yell tail, dude. If you guys don't know, Todd makes some beautiful pieces of work with this metal, man. This is like a 3D looking yellowtail. He made the mascot for the show for our club, the Mad Mac. He made the Mad Mac design into an actual metal Mac back there. Freaking awesome. So yeah, make sure you do go check out his website. It's tbmetalart.com. The Nightbot just posted it up. Very nice job. Thanks, Leonard. Let's see. There we go. Boom. Arnie, what's up? Welcome back. Cal is here. We can start. What up, Cal? Dude, happy Monday, everybody. Man, this is nice. It's nice to have everybody here in one spot and just chill out for a little bit, right? Okay. Coach, are you going to be able to jump on a call today? If so, let me know. That'd be great. Do what you got to do to get ready. Favorite soft plastic. Ezekiel. Welcome to the show, dude. My favorite soft plastic would be the Z-Man TRD plastic with, I like the California Craw, which is kind of like green, like dark green. I like the Red Bone. And I think it's called Smelt. It's like light gray on top and like white opaque on the bottom. And I also like the orange one. And I also like I think the orange one is it's like orange on the bottom and it's got like either gray or brown on top. But that's also a good one. But yeah, as far as the shape goes, I like the it's like a 2.25 inch Z-Man. They call it TRD, which I think stands for the real deal. What up? Exactly, Cal. We just started. Yeah, okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool, Coach. You let me know when you're ready, and I'll give you the a 2 minute warning. Drew Craw, very cool. Dario, what's up? Hey, you know what, guys? Let's do something. Since Ezekiel asked the question, favorite soft plastic, I want to submit that to everybody in the chat. What is your one favorite soft plastic that you like to use? And go. Salty. Very cool. This is exciting. I'm glad everybody's here. If you're watching on the Roman Castro vlog channel, come over to Fishy Hour with Roman. It's a whole different channel. It's called Fishy Hour with Roman. We're doing Fishy Hour right now. And I just wanted to show you guys what you're missing. And I know that we started this show on this channel, but we moved it to its own channel. Okay. What's up, Fresh One? What up? Hubs. Nice. Fresh One, come over and watch on Fishy Hour with Roman. It's a different channel on YouTube. Okay. And now you can see the full overlay, the cool lighting, and all that good stuff. And then there's a ton more people in the chat. There's like 36 people watching right now. So come join us. And you can ask questions. And the whole point of my community here, guys. And I say my community, but it's really not my community, guys. I'm just a guy that put an idea out there and found other like-minded people. But it's really our community, okay? I'm just like I wouldn't consider myself a leader. I'm more like a aggregator of people, I guess you could say. Oh, can you give Brian O? Oh, yes. Brian O. The website for Spotty Bowl is spottybowl.com. Spottybowl.com. Here, I'll put it in the chat. //www.spottybowl.com. There it is. There you go. Brian's on. Yeah. I'm on it. Very cool. All right. Brian, if you have any questions, I know it's a lot to catch up on right now. It's a ton to catch up on. So if you have any questions on I mean, you've missed a ton of stuff. We've done so much stuff, man. Okay. So I didn't want to say this yet, but I'm gonna let you guys know just so you know what's in the works. Besides me trying to improve my KD on Warzone, I have been doing other stuff in the background. Okay, guys. So for the anniversary of the show, for the anniversary of naming the show Fishy Hour, which was on April 1st, I wanna release or not release, but like make official the archive. And we talked about this a long time ago. So I'm working with somebody now to help me create posts on the fishyhour.com website. Since I've been having somebody in the background go through each episode and kind of catalog what we talk about in the different episodes. Like when we have a guest, or when Brian does a cool presentation on an A-rig, or like when we did the science project on whether the baits color even matter, right? When we did all that stuff, it kind of happens live. And if you watched it, you got a benefit out of it. And then if you didn't watch it, you kind of like, down the road, like you find the show 2 months later and then you're like, oh, there's a year's worth of content out there that we created here, right, together. And sometimes that kind of just goes away, like it doesn't go away, but it's hard to catalog that. It's hard to go through that and go back and say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go back and watch a year's worth of content. Well, not really a year, but anyway, 360 hours, because some episodes are more than an hour, right? Anyway, I'm sidetracking. It's hard to go back there and say, hey, I wonder when they talked about A-rigs. Okay. Hey, I wonder when they talked about I don't know, what color matters. Does color matter, right? So what we're doing now is when you go to Fishy Hour, each episode of our show is gonna have a description that's tagged with timestamps, and those timestamps have a description of what we talked about during that time. So potentially, you could go back and go to the fishyhour.com website and type into the search engine. You can type in, like, if you're new to A-rigs and you want to learn everything that we've talked about when it comes to A-rigs, and you just hit A-rigs. And in there, it's going to tell you which episodes mention A-rigs, right? And then that's going to be intense, because now that you go back and actually use previous episodes of the show, it becomes like a library. It becomes kind of like a teaching resource, right? Where like you go in there, you search for what you want to learn about, and if we've talked about it, if we've had guests and talk about it, then those episodes should pop up, and then if you go through there, you can listen to the whole episode, or since it's time stamped, you could just go to that section where they talk about that thing you're interested about, right? Or that thing you're interested in, or like you want to learn about. So like sonar settings for La Jolla, right? Okay, well, I know we've talked about that stuff with Kevin Nakata. I know we talked about that stuff with I think more than a few of our guests. And then we've even talked about it amongst ourselves, right? So yeah, all that stuff will be easier to find, and that makes the whole archive more usable and more better for you guys, right? Cool. If you're popping into Roman Castro vlog here live, guys, we're actually doing a whole show over on Fishy Hour with Roman. It's another channel that we created about, I don't know, like 9 months ago, so that we could move the Fishy Hour show out of this channel. Okay, and in that process, I think I lost a lot of you guys. I left you guys behind, and I didn't make such a big announcement as I should have. So, just so you know, you've probably missed about a year's worth of interviews, content, and just all kinds of stuff. But anyway, come on over now. The community is growing. We're doing a bunch of cool stuff that you should be a part of. Go to Fishy Hour with Roman on YouTube, and then you'll find us now. You'll find the other live that we're doing with the full setup and the mic and everything and the sound effects and all that good stuff. Okay, so come on over. I see you guys coming in, and I see you guys leave, and I see the numbers come up on the local stream. If you just made it here, if you just found us, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that we don't lose you again. Here we go. All right, Eric's got a good question. We're talking about shirts. Last week we released we opened up pre-orders for the SPF 50 long sleeve shirts for Spotty Bowl, and I didn't put a deadline for when you had to order it by. Okay, since these are special order, we have to order them. I'm gonna give you guys another week to order them. Once we have that, I'll cut off the orders. I'll tell the guy at the print shop how many of each size I need, and then I'll come back to you guys with estimated time of delivery. Okay, that's the way we're gonna do those. So if you've already pre-ordered your Fishy Hour, sorry, not your Fishy Hour, your Spotty Bowl shirt, your Spotty Bowl SPF shirt, thank you, and that's the status on that. Let's do a deadline of, let's see, we'll give you guys until all of Saturday. So if you know what, I'll give you guys till 21st. So all of Sunday. Okay. So try, and I'll update the website with that information. Try to order your shirts before the 21st. Okay. Okay. So if you the shirts and all, the shirt is actually at shop.romancastro.com. That's where you can find the shirt. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get the XLs, but I don't think that we can do XL. I want what my uncle Biden said. Oh, he'd buy it. Oh shoot, there you go. Yeah, I know you guys. I know you have a lot of stimulus money burning a hole in your pocket. Ready when you are. Very cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do next, guys, for those of you that are new to the show, is on Mondays. We don't usually talk about this stuff. We talk about fishing. We talk about fishing reports. I didn't fish this weekend, but another part of the show we do is Coach calls in over Discord, and we talk about the current weather and surface temperature charts and what we think the fishing is going to be like this week. Okay, so I'm gonna have Coach call in. Set it up over here. Cool. I see you, Coach. Very cool. Watch stream. All right. Very cool. And then I'm gonna put you up, Coach. Give me a second. There it is. Okay, and then I gotta make sure I can hear you. I'm at one-man band, ladies and gentlemen. I'm producing the show. Okay, so can you hear me, Coach? Okay, I'm gonna change my mic on this thing. Give me a second. Broadcaster. All right, that should do it.
All right.
I hear you. Very cool. All right, everybody, coming at us live from Werf Studios. It's Coach Werf. with the surface temperature reports and the local San Diego scene. Here we go. I'm gonna bring him in with an applause. Yeah, it worked. There you are. All right, I'm switching to the. We're doing tides first, right?
Yep. We'll start with our tides. We have some weird ones this week.
Go ahead.
All right. So for our tides this week, starting today, we got a low just a couple hours ago. Sunset is now at 7 instead of approaching 6 o'clock, so that makes my life a little easier. The food fish front, but got lows around 5 or so. Highs around 11:30, depending on. We look at our major tide here, it's like 4.2. We look at our minor, it's I guess 4.4, 4.2, pretty flat for major and minor. Tide continues to improve through about, looks like Wednesday, Thursday for what I fish for, the panfish and stuff. But I don't think I'll be getting out. I've been under COVID restriction and housebound for most of the last week.
Did you get it?
No, my test came back negative, but government policy, blah, 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 says I can't go back to work. So I've instead worked on my garden, and I snuck out to a local ditch for some social distancing time. So
nice. Very cool. Very cool. Well, you sound like your throat's a little sore.
Yeah, it's been tough watching cartoons the last few days.
Were you yelling at the screen? Don't go eat. It's a trap. It's
Don't go in the basement.
You road runner.
Go in the basement. Oh,
look out! There's an anvil gonna drop on your head.
There was an anvil so big. Anyway, so funny. A joke from back in the day, if you remember, for a Daffy Duck. Anyways, Saturday and Sunday, interestingly, we got single tides both days, which is super rare. You know, typically we have 2 highs and 2 lows each day. We have a single high and a single low each day.
Interesting.
Yeah, kind of a weird tide. Weird tide at that. You only got like 3 feet of movement or so. So I don't know how that'll affect you Spotty guys on Saturday and Sunday. I imagine the jetty crew will be plowing into them though over the weekend if conditions settle down enough.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna swing over to tent break here. If you want to unzoom or rezoom, whatever you want to do, Roman.
Go for it.
So again, I was worried that this rain was going to decrease surface temperature. It did like 1 or 2 degrees, but that's it. It looks like so far. So we're still on that overall warming trend. It looks like early patty yellows to me. Maybe a local escolar like last year.
Yeah.
Maybe a few barrelfish, oil fish in the mix. Maybe if we really luck out, I should say oil fish, not really barrelfish here, but those weird, overly fat things you can't eat too much of might be in our local prediction here in the next couple of months, which would be very cool if they are. I did hear of one escolar being taken back in January when we had kind of a warm spell, weighed 98 pounds. So
very true. Hang on a second, Coach. Actually, that's a great. Hang on a second. Endeavor. So this is just a backup stream, so you guys see what you've been missing out on. Come over to fishyhour.com/live. It's another channel that we're using for the Fishy Hour show. That's where you'll be able to hear the coach and see the screen that he's showing us. He's talking about surface temperature charts and how they affect yellowtails. And if you want to go through it directly in YouTube, look for Fishy Hour with Roman. It's another channel where we do this show. Okay? So come on over. That's where you're not hearing what he's saying. This is just kind of like a very cool. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So if anybody else is watching and you're not catching the whole show, this is just to remind you guys to come over because I lost a lot of you guys in the transition when we moved the show over to its own channel, like get back like 9 or 10 months ago. Okay. All right, we're gonna continue with the show. Go ahead, Coach. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. So I imagine the local swordfish guys. Once this weather calms back down, we'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
Imagine those guys are going to be back on it as soon as this weather lays out. They're going to be back on the swordfish again. So quite an active winter bite for the swordfish guys. I have personally laid eyes on a couple. Heard about many more being taken. There are guys out there on it every day, as near as I know, as conditions allow. These guys are out anywhere from the 9 mile bank out past the 43, fishing down to 1,200 feet for swordfish. So we definitely, I've always argued that they're here. It's just nobody was really fishing them for a long time. Now they're getting it figured out. So it's a very cool bite for the guys off of Orange County and down here that have been working on it.
Yeah.
But I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. This lighter blue is 59, 60 degrees. This darker blue is like 58, 57. So I'm not anticipating, if this rain hasn't cooled it down and lack of sunshine, then I don't think that the rock and roll pain train's going to end. You'll see why in just a minute. So I'm going to switch to the OSPO, your favorite there.
All right, cool. We're going to do the OSPO chart next, guys. If you're watching on the Roman Castro vlog channel, please come over to Fishy Hour with Roman. You'll be able to see what Coach is saying. He's giving us, showing us the OSPF charts and all that good stuff. It looks really cool and getting a lot of information about the local fishing, guys. Come on over. All right, Coach, go ahead. Go for it.
So that finger I was worried about strengthening last week has weakened even further.
Yes.
We have even a harder push.
Weak fingers.
From southwest. Not that you can really tell from this view, but like the overall chart's warming a degree or 2 centigrade. So that's like a almost 2 degree Fahrenheit warming overall in this chart. So the arrow is pointing almost back to Los Cabos again, so that's going to be hot for you guys. The northern Mars warming up pretty darn quick. I mean, that was pretty heavily blue just 2 weeks ago, and it's already warming up into the 62, 64 degree range, maybe 65. So for you guys that like to hang out in places like Puerto Peñasco and Bola, good news for you for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This whole mid-Mar right here is going to be on fire here within the next few weeks as those fish push back from the south into the north end. I think you're going to see some pretty fantastic fishing through there.
Dude, that's cool. It's exciting. All right. Because there's
look, if you look out here a couple hundred miles offshore, I mean, I realize, that's Mars and we're on the moon, but this water is coming. It's pushing
that big
darn hard.
I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah, it's pushing pretty far north.
I mean, it's got fingers reaching out here north of San Francisco.
Yeah, let me expand that a little bit more.
So
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like right here, huh?
I mean, we might see some local cooling from these winter storms or whatever. We might see some side effects of other stuff, but I mean, just look at this massive water out here. I mean, it's pushing hard. So I don't see cold water making any kind of meaningful comeback.
Yeah, exactly. What up, Joe? Come on over to Fishy Hour with Roman on YouTube. You'll get a way better perspective, and you can hear what Coach is saying about the local charts. Come on over. Go ahead, Coach.
So we're going to get to our newsworthy item this week. So if you guys have any questions or anything for me, go ahead and post it in the chat on Fishy Hour. I'll do my best to get back to you, at least with my opinion. Like I said, I apologize. Sometimes my crystal ball is a little murky, but I do base my predictions on my decades of experience and
there you go.
Just my general knowledge. So if there's something you think I can answer for you, now's the time to formulate your question. Put it in all caps so Roman will see it.
Yeah, the Nightbot will get mad. The Nightbot will get mad if you put it in all cap. Put the word question in all caps, followed by a colon, as Dario just did. So do you want to go for a question now, or do you want me to save the questions until you're done with this part?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we go. So Dario's question is, Coach, if you had to predict, how do you think we'll have? When do you think we'll have good numbers on bluefin in our local waters?
I'd say they're probably there right now.
Oh, dang, nice.
but the conditions have not been nice this winter.
Okay.
Windows to go chase them and figure out how to get on them have been very limited because of our weather this winter.
Interesting.
It seems like we've had serious wind events, serious wave events every couple of days for the last 3.5, 4 months. So that's going to break up the ability to chase those fish down. So I imagine once everything settles down and steadier weather patterns begin to emerge, I think you're going to be seeing 400 pounders at the dock again.
Very cool. Interesting. That's good. All right, that's a good answer to your question, Dario. There you go. Salty mentioned something that I forgot to mention to you guys over here on the Roman Castro vlog channel. Yeah, guys, we've done so much over the year that I even forgot to mention this. We have our own Discord server now, and we have kind of like our own fishing club. It's an unofficial club. Basically, if you follow my stuff and you watch and you're part of the community, you're part of the club. It's called the Mad Max Fishing Club, like Mad Mackerel, right? Oops. Because with good bait, you'll get good fish. So that club has its own Discord server where we kind of like all communicate while we're on the water fishing. It's amazing. We all go out on kayaks or whatever vessel you have, and you're on Discord over voice comms. You can talk to each other while you fish and hear everybody catch fish and give each other help on what bait's working, what's not working, where they're at. It's a pretty unique experience when it comes to fishing that we've kind of come up with as a group. So do come over, fishyhour.com. You've been missing out on a lot, and I hope you do come over. So I see 7 people watching over here on the Roman Castro vlog channel. That's probably some of you guys double watching for the behind the scenes. That's fine too. But if this is your first time here hearing about this, or you used to watch Fishy Hour and you kind of lost track because you thought we stopped doing it, we've been doing it the whole time for the past year. We'll be coming up on a year. On April 1st will be a year anniversary of Fishy Hour. So come on over. Fishy Hour with Roman on YouTube. You can search for that, or you can just type in fishyhour.com/live. It'll take you directly to where everybody's at. There's like 36 people watching right now. So come on over. All right, let's continue with the report, Coach. Sorry about that.
No problem. This is the real news this week. We have a full-on double flag gale warning until tomorrow night. We have wind waves peaking at 13 to 16 feet overnight tonight. Definitely not conditions I'd recommend going out on the rocks or going out in your yak. Stay in the bay, stay in a back bay even, I would say at this point. I mean, if you just have to get out, shore pound for a little bit, or get out into a back bay, somewhere where you're going to be out of harm's way.
Yeah.
Stuff is serious. These weather conditions kill people off Southern California every year. Some wingding goes for a walk with their dog at the base of the cliffs or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You hear about it.
Yep.
Yeah, you hear about it later, and it's like you just had to take your dog down to the beach illegally underneath the cliffs, right when it was 15-foot swell and 40-mile-an-hour wind.
That's like crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, there's no explaining some people, but don't let it be you. Tonight it says west wind 20 to 25, gusts as high as 30 knots. Next swell west northwest 10 feet at 9 seconds. Ouch.
Yeah, that's
10
crazy.
feet at 9 seconds.
That's like no.
Wind waves 9 feet, subsiding to 6 feet.
And
subsiding to 6 feet.
Yeah. And that's like if you see that on like the La Jolla charts, that's like usually like twice as tall, right? You should plan for it to be at least like almost twice as tall. I have another question that came in from John V. Sorry, from Joe V. Ready?
Yeah.
Question is, Coach, do you think the quality of rockfish will improve with the new depths we are allowed to fish?
For some of you, it certainly will, especially for you kayak guys, for some of the private boater guys. For the diehards putting together charters out to those old marks back in the 580-foot range or whatever. It definitely it'll change the grade of rockfish somewhat. What it's really going to change is the amount of species that are available to you. We've talked about this before, but happy to talk about it again. Down at 600 feet, there's a lot of rockfish like chili peppers, bank rockfish,
Yeah.
ocean perch,
Yep.
other stuff that's just not really available shallower than 400 or so. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of those fish. So it gives you many more species you can potentially target.
Right.
And ocean perch in particular hang out in this loose cloud off bottom. So that gives you a super opportunity if you're inclined. Go out there, prospect some of that deeper water, and come home with a nice limit of good eating bank perch. Kind of one of the negatives of all this, if you want to call it one, is the reduction of vermilion rockfish from a 10 limit to 5.
Yeah.
So for guys that only chase vermilion rockfish, and there are some, this might lead to some waste and stuff. I would ask anyone that's just hunting for big vermies, use a descending device and descend your rockfish back properly. At the very least, you're not leaving a huge fish of a huge trail of dead fish on top of the water that points right at your boat.
Yeah.
So that some guy from PETA that's flying a drone, that way you don't make the news.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be up to us to police our own communities, and it's going to be up to us to do the right thing if we're willing to.
Yep. That makes
So
sense.
I just encourage you, if you're one of those guys that just wants to hunt big vermilions, make sure you got a descender on board. Make sure you're using it. That way you're not making a mess that's big and obvious for people to see and point to you as a problem.
Yep, exactly. Very cool.
Because if that happens, then who knows what the regulations are going to look like next year.
First timer, what up, Eric? Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. Eric's been here for a while, but he never got to say first timer.
So anyway, that's my take on it. Of course, do what you want. And I mean, I'm not anyone to tell you anything.
Don't do what you want. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Have good habits. Have it reflect well on the fishery and
it's a shared resource.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
I mean, anyway, as we go into the rest of this week, the winds start to drop. You know, by Wednesday, west northwest 3-foot swell. That's a whole lot different than a west northwest 10 foot at 9 seconds.
Exactly.
In my personal experience, conditions like we have tonight can result in waves 15 to 18 feet tall, no problem.
Jeez.
So please be careful out there. Check your forecast. It's looking better approaching the weekend. Of course, being on a Monday, we don't have a weekend forecast from NOAA. That's just too far out for them to feel comfortable.
Yeah. That's
so
crazy.
By Thursday, Friday, 10 knot winds, 4-foot swells, and then a little bit of wind waves in the mix, but nothing crazy or outrageous. So, for you guys this weekend, you might want to really pay attention to the forecast as we get a little closer.
Interesting. That's good. So, yeah, so it's kind of nice that this crazy weather's happening in the middle of the week, so we don't have to worry about it on the weekend.
Well, it was still ramping up even when I went out to La Jolla last, what was it, a week ago Sunday or something? I could tell that the ocean was starting to get agitated. So, I mean, I don't know how that really worked out over the week, but it seemed like we were heading for another rough one last week from what I could tell.
Very cool. Oh, I got Mark declaring himself a wingding. He said, question for Coach. Have you ever seen Jack in a school in a river or back bay swimming in circles? I witnessed this in Kaneohe Bay on Oahu. Oh, sorry.
Yes, I've seen it in other parts of the world. I haven't seen it here. We don't have Jack that are tolerant of fresh water very much locally that I've seen.
Oh, interesting. So is that Kaneohe Bay lead to like fresh water? Is that what's going on there? So they kind of like it's brackish water, right?
Well, even giant trevally get taken up the rivers a ways from the ocean sometimes. So,
interesting.
I mean, that's one of the most prime game fish on earth, I think. But GTs will enter freshwater for short periods, and as juveniles, quite a few jacks like
interesting.
Atlantic Jack Crevalle and the Blue Jack will enter freshwater as juveniles. But I don't think it's common for any of our jacks that we have here that I've seen.
Interesting. And then Tyler mentioned something about a custom rod. What's going on over there? Holding out on us?
My buddy made me a custom rod, and the thing is sick.
You want to show and tell or no?
Remind me next week. I'll bring it down here with me. It's upstairs right now. I was fondling it earlier.
Whoa!
Whoa. My buddy Jorge Roncador on the forums, he custom wrapped a rod for me in kind of like teal and blaze orange.
Right.
And to my colorblind eye, it looks pretty darn good. So
very cool.
It's going to actually be my new heavyweight catfish rod and my calico rod during summer.
Interesting. Very cool. Okay, let me just catch up people real quick. Carl, the full live stream is happening on Fishy Hour with Roman. Go over there. This is just to remind people that we're still doing the show. Shortly, we're gonna have Captain Scotty call in, and when Captain Scotty calls in, he does call in on this phone. So I am gonna end this live stream, and if you want to continue to watch it and actually enjoy the full show, come over to Fishy Hour with Roman on YouTube. Look for that, Fishy Hour with Roman, or you can just type into your browser fishyhour.com/live. That'll bring you to the current active stream on Fishy Hour with Roman. Okay, cool, Coach. Let's continue on.
Did you want me to do my book review? Or,
yes, please. Coach's book review of the day. Book recommendation. Let's go.
The book recommendation of the week.
I'm gonna switch over to you. Give me a second.
Yep. Let me know.
Resize this thing. All right, you're on screen. Woohoo!
All right, so it is a classic of sci-fi, The Patchwork Girl by Larry Niven. Those of you not familiar with his works, quite frequently writes about a dystopian future where people who get traffic tickets get put into organ banks. It sounds crazy, but if you really thought about it, if you could extend the life of rich people by harvesting stuff out of poor people, maybe we would.
Damn.
So, yeah, brutal.
That just took a turn.
But classic book from a classic series from an amazing sci-fi author from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, long past now, I suspect. But he's fond of mixing elements of like mystery novels and stuff like that in with sci-fi. So kind of get a blending, a blurring at the lines a little bit with him.
Interesting.
Very cool stuff.
That's so good though.
Yeah, he's a crazy dude for sure, and like and his view of the future is a very odd place, but pretty amazing stuff nonetheless.
Very cool. It reminds me of a movie where like I think it's called a Repo Man or something like that, where like they repossess organs. Yeah. Right. That sucks. Anyway, that sucks. That's the worst. All right. Well, on that note, check out the book if you're interested.
It's always very well done, and it's in good taste.
Hey, it's supposed to make you like think about different things, right? So all good. Yeah. All right. Thanks again, Coach, for the awesome report today and the book recommendation. Go check out Coach on YouTube. Werf TV, WERF space TV. Coach Werf in the house. Going out with a shout out. Woo! Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you, Rob, for taking it easy.
That was a good one. Oh, it was awesome. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do next. We're going to end the call with Coach, and we're gonna get Captain Scotty from Brothers Sport Fishing on the call. He's gonna give us a status update on how the fishing's been for him these past couple months. We haven't talked to him. Maybe we talked to him last month, but he's gonna give us a little more of a hands-on on the water because he runs a charter, right? So he's coming up next. What's going to happen here on this camera, on this guy, I'm watching you guys on the Roman Castro vlog channel. We're going to end this stream because we need this phone to get on the call with Captain Scotty. So if you want to continue to watch the show, please do come over to fishyhour.com/live, or if you're in YouTube, look for Fishy Hour with Roman. It's a different channel. Find the channel and it'll say we're live right now, and then you'll come over and you'll get to see the actual perspective from this camera. Okay, and with the lights and all the sounds and all that cool stuff and all the music and the sliding screens and all that crazy stuff, we really brought up the production value. So come on over. I'll see you guys over there. So let me end this stream here and continue the show so we can call Captain Scotty and get the Yellowtail report, maybe some bluefin report. See how that goes. All right, guys. I'll see you guys over there. Zach, no more Fishy Hour in stereo. That's right. All right. Now I can actually see what the heck is going on my screen. All right. Now. Good. That's happening there. And then we get there's so much stuff happening right now. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Hey, if you came over from Roman Castro vlog channel, do remember to hit subscribe on this channel so you don't miss a show coming up. We do a show every Monday and Wednesday on this channel. Bluetooth. Oh, I always do that. There we go. Disconnect. Connect. There we go. We're on the soundboard. I'm gonna call Captain Scotty. See what he's up to. Here we go.
What's up, Roman?
Yo! How you doing, dude?
Yo. Doing good. Doing some work here in the garage.
I like it. And
yeah, buddy. Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody's happy to have you, dude. So, guys, coming in live from, I guess, Brother Sport Fishing headquarters, Captain Scotty. Woo!
Yeah. Ooh, we got some effects.
Yeah, we got the local, we got the socially distanced live studio audience. Right,
Very
guys?
cool.
How's everybody doing, right?
Cool.
Was that a funny joke, local audience? See? They think it's fun. They think I'm funny.
That's so cool.
And the local house band. What
Right
up, local live band? Kick up the music. Let's go. Let me hear the theme song. Oh! I was kidding.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that little jazz riff right there.
Dude, how you been?
Hey, Roman, I've got Tim here.
What? Hey, Tim.
Yeah, what's up?
It's been a long time, brother.
Yeah, missing fishing.
I'm down. Let's go. I'm trying to get the vaccine, Tim.
Oh, really? I got mine too shortly.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't qualify for it yet, but I'm on the list. If they have it available, I'll take it right away.
Yeah, me too. As soon as it's available for me,
Yeah.
I'm definitely in to take it. I guess that's the perks of working for a medical company, Hudson.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, my wife Amy, she's also able to get it pretty soon here because of the company she works for. She works for BD, so she's gonna go get it as soon as she can.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, what's up, everybody? It's been a little bit. I think it's maybe a month or so since I've
about a month.
come on your show.
Yeah, about a month. Yeah.
So I think things are exciting.
So we brought a lot of people over from the Roman Castro vlog channel. Today we did a double broadcast. So guys, this is Captain Scotty. He's co-owner of Brothers Sport Fishing, and they're a friend of the show. I've done multiple videos with Scotty. If you guys have seen the yellowtail and rock fishing videos, and actually the lobster hoop netting videos I did, those are all that's Captain Scotty. That's who we're talking about. Okay,
and
so
halibut one also.
That's right, the halibut one too. So you guys know who he is.
Tim was in the halibut one.
Yeah, exactly right. That's cool. That's right. I remember that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we got some halibut yesterday.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So let's see here. What would you like me to talk about today, Roman? Would you want me to just do a quick little fish report?
Just like that. Just like what's been happening in the past month? Because I know it started to warm up.
Yep.
And so activity's been kind of going up, I think, as far as like fishing goes. So just basically, what's been your overall assessment of the last month?
Yeah, so wind has been the word of this winter season, I should say.
Yeah.
So it's just like when we can actually get out on the water, right?
Yep.
Wind has been horrid this winter season. I mean, maybe I'm being a little bit over exaggerated, but when I see it blowing 25, 30 knots inside of Mission Bay, right there in Quivira Basin, I'm looking out like from Seaforth, and I can see white caps in the harbor. That's just something else. And that's how it was today. It was blowing white caps in the harbor today. And then, a few weeks ago, or maybe, I don't know, I can't remember, maybe like a month and a half ago, it was blowing just the same, I don't know, maybe you guys have seen some videos from some of the bigger charter boats out of Seaforth. I think San Diego, maybe, or I don't know, one of those social media accounts from one of the big charter boats out of Seaforth landing.
Yeah.
And maybe if somebody knows, they can comment in real quick. But one of those Instagram accounts, I remember they had posted a video of like the wind gusting inside of Mission Bay the last time there was a crazy amount of winds off of our coastline. And today was just the same as that event that had happened earlier.
Yeah, we have like 2 more days, I think.
So
a coach just walked us through the reports. There are like 2 more days of that wind.
Yeah, it's crazy wind right now. But yeah, so like whenever you were able to get a good, weather window to get out there, it's been fun. So then there's been strings of yellowtail popping up pretty much all throughout this winter time. And it's just about, right place, right time sort of deal. If you work hard enough, you might be able to find them, down deeper, coming up, on your sonar, or, sometimes you'll see them puddling out there. If you're like patient enough and know what to look for, you can find schools of yellowtail up and down our coastline. My favorite spots would be, Northwest La Jolla, just off Mission Beach, literally straight out west from Mission Bay, and then the IB Flats. Not too many people go out and check out IB Flats for whatever reason, but there are spots of yellowtail that show up down there, and whenever I happen to go down there and find yellowtail down there, I love it because there's generally nobody down there. But at the same time, you're not finding them all the time. So, you could go down there and you could see nothing. You could go down there and you can have yellowtail all by yourself. So it just really depends on what's happening on any given day.
That makes sense.
But let's see here. I think it was maybe Friday.
Right.
Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. I heard of some yellowtail being caught in La Jolla on Friday.
Oh, what?
Then Saturday, I had some friends that were out there, and there was no yellowtail to be found. Maybe they were there. It's just the people that I talked to didn't find them. Maybe they were down below.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Popped up in areas.
Yeah, I know a guy who sent me a picture of his. I think it looked like they caught 3.
Nice.
He's in the chat, so if you want to say not say where you got them, but like just say that you got them. We'll give you some credit if you want.
Yeah,
but I don't want to put it on blast if you don't want me to mention it. We have a question. Yeah. We have a question from somebody in chat here. Joe V says, Captain Scotty, when do you expect the yellowtails to start feeding on the surface?
So generally what I found is whenever there's a good tide swing, so generally around new moon phases and full moon phases, there's a very good tide swing, meaning the difference between the high tide and the low tide is great. When you have a difference between high tide and low tide of like 6 or 7 foot, so like a 6 or 7 foot tide
swing,
change. That's really good time to be going out and looking for feeding fish. Basically, when you have that kind of water movement, you have that type of current moving food around, then the fish are going to be feeding a little more aggressively.
Yeah.
Also, right before a storm system comes through, the fish tend to feed a little bit more aggressively. There's a couple different theories about this. I'm not entirely sure of it. I'm kind of, maybe speaking from, what I've heard and what I might believe in. I don't, everybody kind of take it with a little grain of salt, right?
Yeah.
But right before a storm event, so right before a low pressure event, the fish can kind of feel it in their swim bladders. So their swim bladders will start to, extend in a low pressure system, and they'll feed a little more aggressively because then they're expecting that they probably won't be able to feed as well during the storm. So we kind of saw a little bit of that. There was a good tide swing, so it could be that. There was a storm system today, so it could have been that. But Friday, that yellowtail bit. So I actually ended up getting out on the water Friday. I had a buddy who got a brand new 25-foot Sea Hunter, and then he was asking me to Yeah, he was asking me to like, help him out. So we got out a little bit later. The guys that I talked to, they were out on morning half days, and then I got out in the La Jolla area like around 11:30 or noon, and we saw fish come up. We actually did hook one on the yo-yo, but then we got rocked. We were in like 100 feet of water off the point of La Jolla there. So yeah, we hooked one on the yo-yo, took us into the rocks, and once that fish takes you in, then it's really tough to get them out. Sometimes you still get lucky, and sometimes not. But these bigger yellowtail along our coastline, or just yellowtail in general, they learn to run for structure when they're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
So yellowtail, they spawn on floating kelp patties offshore.
Yep.
So then, sometimes if you ever bring your rig back in after fishing a kelp patty and you bring some kelp in, you might see some yellowtail eggs on the patties. But yeah, it's like from when yellowtail are young, whenever they get in trouble offshore, or maybe you get exactly, they panic. Like guys might know, like listening in here, when you hook some smaller yellowtail, kelp patty yellowtail offshore, they'll run you in the kelp and you'll get stuck, and sometimes they'll break free. So then these larger yellowtail that live along our coastline, they've learned that, and then so they'll run for rocks, they'll run for lobster buoys and lines, they'll run for kelp, they'll run for whatever they can and try and dig their face into it and get undone. So yeah.
I've actually harvested a yellowtail that I was spearfishing. I was in the water, and I jumped in. I didn't see any other yellowtail. They were all gone. And I saw one, like you can't see it because you're on the phone, but this is like my hand is a patty, and the fish was like, it was like this. It had its face. It had its face right in the patty, like you said, and its tail was hanging straight down. I looked over, and I just like glance under the patty, and I see the body just hanging down with the tail, and I was like, "Is that a yellowtail right there?" I was like, "Whoa, it's a yellowtail right there!" And I was just like, "Okay." Well, I just walked over. I just like swam over there and shot it in the patty. It was already there. It just had like a perfect shot. And then it had the hook in its mouth still, and the long line where it broke. Basically, somebody just tugged on that thing until it snapped. But it was sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, with the boat drifting away too, something's gonna give.
Yeah,
Either
exactly.
The kelp is gonna give, or the hook or the line is gonna give. And for that fish, unfortunately, although the line gave up, it was already too well tangled in to get out of there.
Yeah, and it was exhausted too. That thing was exhausted. Didn't even put up a fight.
Wow, so it was still like kicking a little bit.
It was still alive. Yeah.
Wow, no kidding. Yeah, it must have been tired. I mean, so yellowtail, they can actually like suck a little bit of water through their gills. There are some fish that cannot suck any water through their gills, so they have to continue swimming in order to stay alive.
That's right.
There are some fish that are able to suck water through their gills.
Guys, I'm gonna get to all your questions, guys. I love that you guys are putting up questions. This is awesome. So, Scotty, let's go through some of these questions. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Keep going.
All right, so let's see. Tyler says, Captain Scotty, do you ever use the double treble rig for bluefin tuna?
Double treble rig on the kite? Yes, definitely. So the double treble rig. So then when you're kite fishing, you have one rod with the kite out.
Yep.
And then somewhere in line on the kite, depending on how close you want your release clip to your kite, you have like a little dropper loop, and in that dropper loop, you'll put your release clip. Now you have a second rod, which is going to be your fishing rod, and then you put the line coming off from your fishing rod through that release clip that's in line of your kite setup.
Right.
And then the line comes back down to the surface of the water, and then you have a double treble rig. So the double treble rig, basically you have a swivel that goes off the 2 leaders, and then, or like you even have like a ring on there.
Yep.
And then on those 2 leaders, you have, pretty heavy leaders, and then you have hooks, and then you'll put, generally mackerel is the stronger bait. However, sardines will work as needed. But then you basically pin it onto the back, or like, the dorsal fin of the fish. And then it just keeps those fish just splashing, creating a lot of action on the surface of the water. That is definitely a very good, bait presentation for tuna. So then whenever you're doing that, there has to be some tuna in the region, because for the most part, for the double treble rig, you pretty much have to be drifting. So like what we use for the bigger bluefin, like on our trophy bluefin trips, we're using the flying fish, either the artificial ones or the real ones.
Those are also double trebled, right?
Kinda, yeah. Because then there's a larger J hook.
Yeah.
And then right off of
That's
that,
right.
you know, crimp on, you know, the larger treble behind it. So it's kind of, but not really. Because then I have seen some like double treble setups for the dead flyer where like the J hook and the treble hook are in two different leaders. And then I've seen some rigged up where like they're all on one leader.
Right.
So you know, it can be, but then the double treble is two separate baits. But yes, you know, the double treble works great for tuna. It's just that you have to be drifting and there has to be tuna in the zone.
Yeah.
So generally, you know, you'll have to find out, you know, what the fish are hanging on. Say like if you're at San Clemente Island and you know that the fish are hanging off of a certain ridge or a certain drop off, then it's great to just drift that area and send out the double treble rig.
Right.
If like these tuna are offshore, so like this last couple of seasons, we've been able to find some big bluefin offshore, and then we've been lucky enough to get them off of the kite. You know, you really have to like see them on the sonar, and when you see them on the sonar, then it's good to, you know, send out the kite and drift the area, and hopefully these fish will find your bait. The only thing about the double treble is that you can't really slow troll it, because that's something that I love to do with a dead flyer rig. Love to get a little bit of action under it. But if you can do it in a drift without, you know, slow trolling, the advantage of that is that you can send out multiple baits, whereas you can't really send out multiple baits effectively while slow trolling.
Right, that makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I got some more questions coming at you real quick.
right.
Maybe this isn't for you, but you could give your 2 cents anyway. How far out do you have to go before you have a realistic chance to hook up on a yellowtail? And it says, Zach.
So that all really depends. I mean, to be honest, there have been yellowtail caught off of Mission Jetty. You know, that's kind of a unicorn catch, but it's definitely been done. You know, so like, and then also off of Crystal Pier off of Pacific Beach, there are plenty of guys who, you know, love to just get out there, just enjoy time on the water. They'll catch them live mackerel, and then they'll send out a slider rig. So basically what a slider rig is, all you do from the end of your line coming off of your, you know, rod combo setup. So, you know, you put the line from your reel through the guide, through your guides on your rod, and then all you do is you tie on like a pyramid weight, basically a big heavy weight that's not going to move from the current. You cast that out as far as you can, and then draw that tight, and then you have a leader with a snap swivel. You
cool.
you can pin on your live mackerel with a, you know, good sized hook, probably like a 4/0 hook, and then on the other side of your leader you have a snap swivel. All you do is you put that snap swivel after you casted out your pyramid weight as far as you can, and then draw your line tight from the pier, you know, because the pier is like 20 feet off the surface of the water, and then you just snap on that leader with your live mackerel and just let it slide up and down your line.
Oh, that's such a good setup.
Guys get yellowtail off Pacific Beach doing that way. So Crystal Pier. So if anybody's, you know, looking to spend a bunch of time and hopefully get one off the Crystal Pier, that's a good way to do it, you guys. So then the other thing, and then to land your yellowtail there, you know, either, you know, you try and like run it down the pier and like bring it up to surf, or some guys use like a lobster net, you know, a lobster pot, you know, obviously not the volcano style, or like a gaff, you know, like a big 3 hook gaff, a rope gaff, basically a pier gaff. And then guys do land it that way, you know. So for yellowtail, you know, you don't have to go too far off the coastline, especially like guys fishing La Jolla. So La Jolla shores, you know, where you launch your kayaks, you know, guys are catching yellowtail in 60 foot of water. Of course, you know, you want to make sure that you're within regulations. You don't want to be in the MLPAs. There's a couple different MLPAs there. But yeah, you don't have to go super far. It's just about knowing. So like my best answer to that question is learning yellowtail. You know, learning their feeding habits, learning what kind of structure they live off of, learning, you know, what kind of water temp they like and things like that. So like if you want to find kelp patty yellowtail, I've gone offshore and found kelp patty yellowtail as close as 5 miles from the coastline. Like seriously, I've stopped on patties, you know, inside of the 9-mile bank, you know, and I found, you know, firecracker yellowtail. They weren't big yellowtail, but nonetheless, there was yellowtail on patties just 5 miles. Exactly. But yeah, you know, you could get yellowtail right along the beach, I mean, from off of Crystal Pier, I mean, what is it, like 40 feet of water, maybe 20 feet of water at the very end of the pier, but where you cast out, you might be able to cast it out to 40 feet of water.
There you go.
And then right next to the jetties, it can be really shallow. So my best answer to you for that is that, you can get it anywhere up and down our coastline, but learning the feeding habits of these fish and learning what kind of structure that they like to graze around, looking for, food sources, that would help you a lot in targeting these fish.
That's perfect. Very cool. There you go, Zach. Boom. Direct from Captain Scotty. Guys, we're going to do a couple more questions. If you have a question, drop it in there. This might be the last question. Here we go. From Todd, TB Metal Art. What depth would you recommend for lings in La Jolla? Have you caught a ling in La Jolla?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yesterday we got 2 keeper lings off of La Jolla drifting for halibut. And then only in about it's kind of the same thing too. There's all different kinds of depths that you can catch lings at. I've caught ling in as shallow as 70 foot, and I've caught ling in as deep as 350 foot. It's just about, being able to find out, where their structure is. So
double dropper loop or what?
Yep, double dropper loop, exactly.
With
so
live max?
Either sardine or mackerel worked out well. I've even got some ling on a strip of squid. I've only gotten ling on a strip of squid only once. So live bait is definitely a lot better to get ling. And then if you're wanting to eliminate the smaller bycatch, live mackerel is the way to go. Yeah. So if you put on a live mackerel, you're most likely going to get either a yellowtail, a halibut, or a ling. Whereas if you fish a live sardine, then you can catch literally everything. Yeah. And then if you put on a strip of squid, then you're more likely to get whitefish or rockfish than any of the others. But totally still possible. There have been guys that got yellowtail on a strip of squid also. So it's definitely possible.
Cool.
But if you really want to hone in on ling cod or trophy species in general, so yellowtail, halibut, ling cod, white sea bass, fish the live mackerel for sure. But yeah, so kind of the same thing. So what I really love to target lings are ledges. So ledges is basically, where there's a drop off. So where one part of the ledge, the deeper part of the ledge, it'll be, one of my favorite areas off of La Jolla is 120 foot. And then the ledge comes up, it's a steep incline. So that's the ledge part. And then for the very top of the ledge is 60 foot. So if anybody knows where that is, it's a good area to drift around. That's
enough information. That's enough. If you can't figure it out, it's gonna get out. Guys, Brothers Sport Fishing. This is Captain Scotty. Brothers Sport Fishing has 2 S's, the end of brothers and the beginning of sport fishing. BrothersSportFishing.com. What's your calendar looking like?
So right now in our wintertime program, we're pretty much booking out all weekends. Pretty much Friday, Saturday, Sundays are getting well booked, and then weekdays are definitely available. Don't get me wrong, we still do have some weekends available here and there, but they tend to book up pretty soon. A lot of people end up booking late because a lot of guys we get are travel tourists. So then hey, you got something?
We're here. Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly. We're looking for something tomorrow. I'm like, yeah.
What do you? What's the process like if somebody's interested and wants to book a charter with you?
So then right now we're doing bookings all over the phone. If they visit our website, it's just a contact form. You just enter in your name, phone, and email, and then I'll reach back out to you. Right now we're still doing bookings over the phone.
Perfect.
However, I am going to be unveiling a new website. It's going to look the same, but it's going to have more functionality where we're actually going to be able to show our calendar online as well as do bookings online.
Perfect. Very good. And then just walk us through what to expect. If somebody books, what's it like? Do we need to wear masks? Do we need to bring lunch?
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about?
Yeah, so then the trip cost on our website, so then some people can't find the trip cost on our website either, but basically if you either look at the top banner, there's a little thing that says trips, you click on that, or if you go down, it'll show you half day, 3/4 day, full day, you click on any one of those and it'll take you over to our trip prices page. And then, so with those prices, it's up to 4 people, we're private charter, and then everything's included minus food and licenses. Bring your own food, pay for your own fishing licenses, and everything else is covered in the trip. If you want to bring your own rod and reel, you're more than welcome to. However, we do have plenty amounts of boat rods for anybody to use. And then, we provide water bottles and Gatorades. If anybody else wants an addition to drink, people bring coffee, beer, soda, completely up to them.
Yeah.
Bring their own food, and then we also do fish cleaning at the end of the trip. So we'll fillet your fish, gill and gut, however you want to take it.
Very cool.
And so what to bring, what to expect. Always bring layered clothing. If it's hot, you could take off layers. If it's cold, you could put on layers.
Yep.
Expect shoes to get wet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
seasickness medication. If you're not sure, you get seasick. What was that?
I remember the first time I wanted to charter, my feet got wet. Like they were washing down the deck.
Yep.
And everybody's wearing deck boots.
Wet.
and I put my hip against like the bait tank, and like all my pants got wet.
Oh,
dude.
it flashed on you. Oh yeah.
So
every once in a while,
what a noob.
Right down my suit.
Yeah.
Hey, we've all been there, Roman.
So funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so then that's kind of what it breaks down to. And then so we will start unveiling a couple more open party trips.
Okay.
It's just right now I'm doing like a lot of different projects, so I'm not really putting out those quite just yet. But if anybody is interested, do feel free to reach out. We do have the email list going.
Very cool.
Anytime that we do post an open party trip. So if anybody doesn't know what an open party is, so when someone books with us, they're booking the entire boat for their private party.
Right.
When I unveil like a open party trip, basically I say this date is for open party. Anybody who wants a spot, they just pay 1/4 of the trip, and then so then these many more spots is available.
Yeah, I think at this point we have 42 people watching. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I'm telling you, dude. Once this COVID thing gets blown over and I'm vaccinated, and we're gonna be doing some MMFC stuff, dude. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'd love to get you out and maybe do some videos of the two boats.
Yeah,
now we have a 2320 and a 2310. So I would kind of love to do like a video of explaining the differences between both 2320 and 2310. So basically between Pilot House and Walk Around Cuddy.
Very cool.
Definitely there'd be some good viewership for that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm down, dude. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
See, they're already putting a group together. Cal's already trying to put a group together to book you up. So go for it, Cal. Let's go. Nice job.
Yeah. So I've been really lazy at my social media too, but we had some good trips this weekend. I'll be posting at some point either tonight or tomorrow. But we got 2 keeper halibut throughout these days. So I fished Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday I was a guide on that 25 sea hunt, and then between Saturday and Sunday, then I had my own charters on my boat. But anyways, we got 2 keeper halibut, we got 8 keeper lings, and then assorted rockfish after that. So I'll be posting some photos up shortly here.
Very cool. Dang, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, so like about the fish report then.
Yeah,
so like for halibut, right now is a good time to go out there and chase some halibut, you guys. It's grunion run, so that halibut's going to come in and feed after the grunion, and it's also good tide changes right now. We had some really good tide changes over these last couple of days. So if you're able to get out there, if you got something to go out there, even if it's just inside San Diego Bay, say if you can't go out on the coastline, you got something a little smaller, you want a little bit calmer waters, go fish inside San Diego Bay because the halibut is biting.
Very sweet. Chris Bailey's watching from Phoenix. What up? Welcome. Woo. I'm glad you're watching. He said I'm watching from Phoenix, but I'm down for the open party. Yeah, Chris, let's go. Woo. And then Coach says, Scotty, any word on the deeper fishing? Have you done the deeper fishing yet?
Yeah. So then for San Diego, in my I haven't dug into it too much, but around the San Diego coastline, I don't think there's too many areas that fishing down to that 600-foot depth would really be that much beneficial for us. Because then I have to double check some regulations and all. So I know, like for example, like for commercial fishing, like for a quote open access area, you're not allowed to fish farther than 3 nautical miles from the coastline. Oh. And I'm not sure about recreational fishing if you're allowed to fish more than 3 nautical miles away from the coastline. However, I don't think that pertains to recreational fishing because then, for example, the 270 area, that's well outside of 3 nautical miles from the coastline, and everybody fishes there, recreationally. So I have to look into more about like those regulations about being able to fish down to 100 fathoms. But yeah, you're only allowed up to 5 red vermilion per person. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 links. I really gotta.
Yeah,
we
went over that like a little bit ago, so we're good on that piece.
Yeah. You figure all that
Mark,
out. But yeah, I haven't
Mark
really
has a
fished
question.
anything
He said,
deeper yet.
Are the trips overnight? Are the trips one day
no.
long or overnight? It's one day usually, right? You can do a half day or a full day.
Right, exactly. So we do half day, 3/4 day, and full day. We don't do anything longer than full day because we don't have like the bigger boat with bunks and all.
Right.
So like the bigger boats. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and then Mark says, passport needed. You do need a passport if you're gonna do a Mexico trip, but for the most part, you're just staying in the U.S., right?
Mm-hmm. So overnights are for like the bigger boats that have bunks, but generally the bigger the boat, the slower the boat. There are some bigger, faster boats, but in general, around here in the San Diego market, if you're looking at an overnight boat, you're looking at a bigger and a slower boat.
Yeah.
So then because we're smaller and faster, we're still able to get out to, far enough to those overnight zones, so we're able to do it in a one-day trip.
Got it.
That makes sense. Whereas we're cruising between 25 to 32 miles per hour, the bigger boats are only cruising around 8 to 10 miles an hour. So we're like 2 to 3 times faster.
Yeah. But they got a galley.
I'm just trying to
boat burgers.
Yeah, they have a walk-in, walk-in bathroom, a walk-in head, and they have a hot galley. Where we don't have those, but we're faster.
Yeah.
And let's see, what was that second thing you just touched on?
Passport.
Passport. Okay, so passports are only needed for any area within 12 nautical miles of the Mexican coastline. So within 12 nautical miles of their coastline, that's Mexico's exclusive economic zone. So anywhere between within 12 nautical miles of their coastline, they can require you to buy their tourist visa. And in order to buy their tourist visa, then you have to have a passport.
Yep.
So if outside of 12 nautical miles, no passport needed. All you need is a Mexican fishing license. If within 12 nautical miles of their coastline, you need a Mexican fishing license, passport, and a tourist visa. And then if you fish the Coronado Islands, any island off of Mexico coastline they've designated as a national park, then additionally you need a biosphere bracelet.
Crazy. Yeah, and if you're gonna do a trip with Captain Scotty, he'll go over all the stuff with you. So don't worry, you'll be in the know. You won't be in trouble. He's gonna lead you the right way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sorry, I responded to your text so late there, Roman. I know
it's all good.
Started the show early,
It's
so that's
perfect.
why I'm trying to be succinct and quick with these responses. So not only that, but still answering them effectively.
No, it's very good. It's perfect. Well, it was nice to catch up with you and see that you're still staying busy, and say hi to Tim again for me. I know Tim's over there. Yeah. Let's go, Tim. Yeah. Hey, Tim.
Tim's ready.
Is Tim? Tim, do you still have your kayak?
Hello?
Hey, Tim, do you still have your kayak?
Yeah, I still have it. It's for my exercise.
Oh, okay, good. You're not trying to get rid of it, right?
No, I still have it.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, either way, we'll go on your boat or on the kayaks. I'm down.
Okay.
I should have the vaccine here soon, hopefully, and then
okay.
I'll be a lot more free to do more boat stuff. So I'm excited.
Okay. No.
Very cool. Awesome.
Okay. See you later.
All right, later. All right, Scotty.
All right.
Thanks again, dude. This
Thanks,
was awesome.
Roman. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night.
Right
Captain
on.
Scotty going out, guys. Brothers, sportfishing.com. Go check him out. All right, thanks, Scotty. See you later.
Thank you, guys.
Captain Scotty, Brothers, sportfishing.com. And I think that's a good way to end the show. How's that for fishing report, guys? We had Coach Werf come in with the overall. We had Captain Scotty with the actual, right? And so I think we had a good show. If you just came over from the Roman Castro vlog channel, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming over. We're doing this every Monday. Fishing reports on Fishy Hour. Talk about fishing, answering your fishing questions as best as we can. And on Tuesdays, we stream over on Twitch. RomanCastro.com/Twitch if you want to find that channel. Go over there and hit follow, and you'll get notifications on that. It's basically the same show, but sometimes I stream from the kayak. And then on Wednesday, we're back here on this very channel, Fishy Hour with Roman. And the show is called Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. And you get to hear the cool intro to that show. Let me play it for you guys. Ready?
Hello, race fans. This is Larry Supermouth Huffman, AMA Hall of Fame announcer. And this isn't Supercross. It's Wednesday! And you're watching Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. Stand by while the boys teach secrets of bay bass fishing with Roman on his 6-second nitro-burning pedal drive kayak. And Brian in his Cool Baits high-speed dragster boat that he takes out every Sunday. Be there!
So that's Wednesday's intro. Thanks again, Captain Dan, for making that happen. That's so amazing. It's so crazy. That's so awesome. Thanks again, Captain. Very cool. Anyway, that's the show, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Let's do some shout outs. Quick questions. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. tbmetalart.com for a beautiful piece of artwork like this. Go put your order in before he raises his prices. His prices are very reasonable. He does excellent work. Shapes the metal, makes it 3D, custom paints, and then makes even custom paints the eyeball. So it's pretty incredible. Just the fact that you can put all those different techniques together into one piece of work. So he does more than fish. Go check out his channel, TB Metal Art. Very cool. And he's doing and donating the trophy for Spotty Bowl. So, Todd, that's amazing. Thanks again. Thanks so much. If you are new to the show and you want to continue the conversation and be part of the community, check out our Discord server. !Discord in the chat will give you a link. It's an invitation. You can't go on Discord and find it. You have to go through this link. Okay? So, romancastro.com/MMFC, all lowercase. Mad Max Fishing Club. So, MMFC. Okay? So, no Google. There you go. Thanks, Coach, for the Discord in the chat. There it is. Nightbot. Brian, thanks again for coming over. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's more to come. And we're just getting started, guys. We're having a blast doing the show. And I think with Brian helping me on Wednesdays, it makes the show less overwhelming and very, very sustainable. So thanks again, Brian. Thanks again, Eric, for helping with Spotty Bowl. SpottyBowl.com, everybody. All right, guys. You guys have a good night. I'll see you later. Woo! Bye.